and welcome back to Common Courtesy. I'm your host and moderator, Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More, and with me, my co-host,
Ashley Renee, host of Sex with Ashley Renee on YouTube. Just posted a video today.
Hello, and go and watch that. Send me a link so we can put it on here.
Yes.
So anywho, Nikki is still on a leave of absence. I can't wait for her to come
abstinence.
back. Absence.
She's not abstinent.
Definitely not. And me neither. And neither is she. No, excuse me. She's still on a leave of absence. So she'll be back in a couple of weeks whenever she's ready. Yeah. Anywho, there's a lot of things going on in the nation at the moment. I just want to get to like any new things going on in your life that you want to share with us.
I was just crying about how there's not anything going on in my life. So, yeah. What about you?
Okay, so really fast, I just watched this new show. It's called Mixed-ish. It's mixed-ish, like you're a mixed person.
Oh,
it's a spinoff
like Blackish?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a spinoff of that show, and it's about the wife of Blackish. She grew up mixed, and she's telling the story of growing up as a mixed race individual back in the mid 1980s, which I found is an incredible story to tell. Because the very first episode, the mom was telling, Tika Sumpter plays the mother, and Mark Paul Gosselaar, the one who Zach from Saved by the Bell is playing the father, and they're hippies and they're from this community. Yeah, and it's all about free love, and they move back to the real world. And what happens is they find out that racism is still a thing, and people are it's not a comfortable situation that they want to live in.
Right.
And the father's very still idealistic because he's a white guy. I'll just be honest. They explain it in the episode because the mom says, you know what, for you can do what you want to do. You can do whatever you want. But for a black girl and my daughters, we have to prove to them that we are just as smart as you, whatever. It's different. So basically she said that to Mark Paul Gosselaar, Zach, the dad, in the first episode. And for me, I'm like, this is a really good episode because, this is a really good show because it's honest. It's very honest, and I watched the second episode this week, and it was good. So Mixed-ish comes on ABC, I think Tuesdays at 9, 8:30 or 9 p.m.
This is not a paid promotion.
Yeah, check your local listings. Please watch. It's a great show to watch, especially in this. That's done. Let's get into hot topics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, all right. So this next topic,
This is a very controversial one.
I think so.
I can't wait to hear that.
Okay, so I've had a lot of friends, I'm sure you have, that dated some, I don't know, really? No? Okay.
Remember, I have no time to have friends.
Okay, so I've had a lot of friends that literally, they would date this really hot guy, and sometimes the communication, their relationship probably won't work. You can see that their relationship will not work out, and you're looking in the future, you're thinking, once they break up, maybe I can date them. So, and
yeah, that's what you think?
I don't know.
While you're watching them?
I don't know. No, I mean,
like, God damn, I hope that you get your heart broken,
you gotta
baby.
Plan. I don't hope that. But all right, so
sorry.
So in high school, whatever or not, there's a bro code. Like, you can't date somebody that your friend previously dated. But now we're like, I'm 31 now, and I see the world a little bit differently. I don't know why I did quotations. I see the world a little bit differently. So the question is it wrong to date a friend's ex?
I want to hear your perspective first.
My perspective?
Mm-hmm. I just feel like you have a bit more to add.
I just have a lot of friends that, it just doesn't work. You can tell that's not working out, and you're like, maybe if it doesn't work out with you guys, which should we date? But then you have those friends who, I used to be this one, I used to be this person, where you would get jealous and it's not okay for you to date their ex and for you to be friends. But as I've grown up, I'm thinking like, listen, life is short, bitch, and there's not a lot of people in the world that you want to date. Like, it's somebody for everyone, but if it's him, is it wrong for me to date that person? I'm thinking no. I'm being a grown up, and I'm like, listen, like, I have a couple exes, I see them date, whatever, I get a little whatever, but I just don't care anymore. Because if I'm truly over that person, I'm going to be moving on, I should be busy on the next penis that I'm sucking, or like I'm right. I should be busy,
Yes!
I should be busy on the next thing. How do you feel?
Okay, I feel that we're gonna have a lot of friends watching this who aren't gonna be our friends anymore. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna expose myself.
Say it. Say it.
I've slept with a friend's ex.
Hello?
They didn't know. And
Do you feel if you told her?
I would never.
You would never?
I'd never, and that answers the question.
So no, you don't think it's okay?
Nah.
So why do? Okay, so my question.
It's hard. It's hard. It all. Okay.
I have too. I'll be honest. I have slept with a friend's ex as well.
Listen, it depends. It depends. How much time? Did they break up 2 weeks ago? When I did it, that's not okay. That's not okay.
But then
you shouldn't be able to do that. If it's been a few months, a few years. Yeah,
definitely.
I do think that there should be a conversation between you and the friend and be like, listen, this is how I feel. You know, I respect your opinion a lot and I am going to take it into consideration, but this is how I feel and I need you to consider how I feel. I met someone the other day, I think it was off Tinder, I don't remember. I didn't sleep with him. And he told me that his ex, I know, it's just a surprise, that his ex and his best friend got together while he was still dating this girl. Like, they went to Disney World. The ex and his best friend, he had to stay and work. They went together. Came back and they were like, nope, we're dating. They've been married for 12 years and they have 3 kids together. So
there's...
Maybe you have to date your friend's exes.
So, I mean, because like in your situation, you said, did you date that person or you just slept with them?
I just slept with them.
That's the difference. I mean, that's just like sexual attraction, I think. But I'm talking about dating.
I almost feel like it's worse.
Really?
Than dating. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, sex is sex, I feel like. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't either.
But you think that she would feel like it's a big deal.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, no, because you know what? I don't know. See, personally, I'd be more upset if someone dated my ex than if they slept with him. But I feel like the majority idea is they'd be more upset if they slept with them.
I think
so.
I think either or. Like,
oh, yeah.
I think it's for
they
me.
They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, because for me, dating is I'm trying to get something long lasting with you, and I actually care about you. And there's more than that. I mean, I used to say it's wrong to date a friend's ex, but seeing as how life is so short, fuck that shit. I'm like, listen, because honestly, if you can't get over me being happy, you know what I mean? Because obviously, here's how I see it. Because when you break up with someone, you've been breaking up for like a minute. Like it didn't just come out of nowhere. It's just been building up. It's like
usually.
Yeah, usually. It's a gradual thing where it's like, fuck, it's not really working out. No one wants to say it. And then when you finally break up, you know, like something happens where it's like, you're done. You're absolutely done. We can never go past this.
Yeah.
So we're done. That being said, I still feel like, you know, I don't think you should tell your friend because she could get
She's not my friend anymore.
Well, I'll tell her now, like, hey, by the way, it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, because my thing is this, like, because I've had some friends I used to hang out with a whole bunch in college, and I would think that we're going to see each other for the rest of our lives. I haven't seen some of these people in, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
And one of the friends I'm talking about, and I think he knows what I'm talking about, haven't seen him in 10 years, but I had a crush on his ex-boyfriend. And he told me, he's like, Sean, you are never allowed to date him. And yeah, and he said you were never allowed to hang out.
Well, first of all, no one tells me what I'm allowed to do.
Right.
Not even the government.
Hello? Oh, wait. No, yeah, true. Because I'm not paying some things. Okay, anyways, I'm going to cut that out. But, I had a friend that he said that. He said I can't hang out with his boyfriend by myself. You know, I can't be friends with him. But what happened was, I'm just gonna say it because this is years ago. We were in this pop group together. Me and the guy my friend's name is Maddie, and the guy that had a crush on his name's Charlie. And Charlie was with me in this musical theater ensemble group that we spent a lot of time together. And Maddie used to be in that group with me the year before. Okay. So the next year, when Charlie joined the group, Maddie was out. So he wasn't in the group anymore. He wasn't cast. He wasn't cast in the show.
Got it.
So we were always hanging out, and I'm like, as we're hanging out, I'm like, God, Charlie's kind of...
He can get it.
He can get it.
He can get it.
Yeah, so they broke up like in a year or whatever. Well, now we're at this party. My friend's like, Sean, oh my God, Charlie's staring right at you. And I'm like, I can't because Maddie's my friend. And I'm like this is bullshit. He hasn't dated this dude in 10 years. What if I started dating that guy back in college? I haven't seen Maddie in like 10 years now, I want to say. What if I started dating this kid, Charlie, and like we get married and, you know, whatever, now we have a long life relationship. I don't see that happening now. We don't see it now. Well, I never would have known because I never took the chance.
That's true.
I never took the chance. So like nowadays I'm like, if you have the chance, take it.
That brings up a really good point of like, what's the statute of limitations on that you're not allowed to date my friend? Like 40 years later, can I still not date your friend? Like,
I honestly,
or your ex?
Honestly, my mindset now is like, hey, take him. If I'm not dating him, he needs to be happy. If I really love my ex, I want him to be happy.
But, okay.
Oh, here we go, Ashley.
I just thought of this because I'm thinking about my own ex. And if anyone dated him, I'd be pissed. Not because he's my ex, but because I told you how he treated me.
Okay.
And I explained to you what happened in this relationship. And know that, you know, I was partially to blame too, so it all depends on the people involved. But I explained how it was toxic and how he was toxic. And that would piss me off for you to go and put yourself in that scenario. And that feels kind of victim blamey. But like, I fucking told you. I told you you're not listening to me. And then by you dating him, I'm forced to be around him again, which is triggering for me. You know, like then yes, I would stop being your friend because I would need to put myself first.
Right.
Sorry, earlier I thought about something going back to this sex versus date thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are more upset about the sex because dating you can't control. You can't control who you fall in love with. But you can control who you sleep with.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Really? I mean,
yes.
If you're
many
attracted,
hot people I've not slept with.
If you are attracted to them, they're attracted to you. I just don't. I get what you just said though, because if you're my friend and we're close like that, and you've been talking about the troubles in your relationship, and I'm here for it, and I date them afterwards.
Like if they cheated on you 4 times.
Yeah, and your
friend goes and dates.
And they.
Yeah.
Well, that would beg the question: is she one of the people that he cheated with? Yeah, I mean, so that situation, that if we bring it to that level, no, of course not. But you're just like, you know, they're a friend, and it just didn't work out between them.
Yeah, it was an amicable.
It was an amicable relationship, you know. Because if my friend dates Scott, I wouldn't stop them, but I would say something. And if they did, and I'm like, well, hey, that's you, you know. Trust me, it's gonna end. It's gonna end terribly, you know.
Because then they're gonna come to you to pull them out of the situation.
No, don't answer the phone. Don't answer. Okay, so we have our answer. So like,
sometimes
it's.
There wasn't really an answer.
I mean, okay, so for me, I say it's not wrong. If your circumstance, if you hadn't brought that up, I would say it's not wrong.
I would have agreed.
It depends. It depends on the circumstance. Like,
yeah. I think in most scenarios it's not wrong, but I think that there does need to be an open dialogue
and a level of maturity. You know, like it has to be a level of maturity. Like you are okay. Like you have moved on. You're an adult now.
It's gonna be more easier. It's gonna be easier for people in their 30s or their late 20s. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
You're fine.
To make that decision and say it's not wrong versus someone in their teens or early 20s. They're probably gonna think it's wrong. Because
that makes sense. Because like all of your emotions are like crazy right now, and I feel like my emotions are like my hormone stuff are like they're settling down. You know, like I kind of know who I am. Mm-hmm. I know what I like, and
it's about self-esteem.
I just wouldn't make that situation. I wouldn't make that. But I wouldn't make that that decision lightly. I wouldn't have made that lightly.
Okay.
But anyways, before I say any more, I have a question to ask because I've been seeing this going on. Because I work at a restaurant that's near a gay bar, and that gay bar is near a sporting stadium. And on Friday nights, you know, we get a lot of straight guys in this gay bar in our safe space.
I shouldn't have done that.
In our safe space, kind of like just being obnoxious and just being assholes, kind of like not kind of like really.
What? Straight men
Straight
being
men?
assholes?
Huh? Like the other day, really.
Impeach them.
Well, no. Okay, really fast. Before I ask the question, because the other day I was doing doing a show at IBM Rooster for Fresh Start Drag Showcase.
Go.
Hello. I was doing a show there, and I was Desire Some More, and I'm sitting there, and this great dude got mad at this gay boy because he was talking to his wife, and they apparently knew each other. And you know how gay boys talk, you know how the gay community, we're all like, hey girl, hey bitch, you know. Basically he said something like that, and he's like, you don't talk to my fucking wife like that. Yeah, and he gets irate. And this dude looks, I'll be honest, he looks like, hillbilly, like, country, like he about to hang him high. He doesn't like, and he was saying, and so we're trying to calm him down, right? We're like, yo,
Holy
we don't,
shit.
I'm sitting there, looking cute. Don't give a
Duh.
fuck. Hello.
Always.
I'm sitting there, thank you. No, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why is this happening? But I'm listening to him, he starts using like derogatory terms.
Oh god.
He takes it there.
F?
No, well, he didn't say that. He said you guys are pole smokers. You guys are pole smokers.
Who says that?
I don't
Who
know.
says
Well, that kind of scared me. That sounded like, some old shit. Like, he might kill all of us. And he was like, I
That's
can
not
take...
funny.
He also said, I can take it in the ass better than any of you guys out here. And he's drunk. So I don't think half the stuff he meant, but half the stuff he said because he's drunk. So the question I have is...
Was he gay?
Are they?
That's my question.
Definitely, yeah. I think he's wanted to tell us something. But no, the question I have is, like, are these straight... I want to say straight white men, but it happens with, like, any kind of straight guy. But, like, I'll be honest, the one bitches that are always in the way are straight white men. I saw a drag show, the straight dude is like on the stage with the drag queen, and I'm like, that's not how you do it. So are they invading our safe space? That's the question.
This is a loaded question.
A loaded.
So, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak from the perspective of a bisexual woman. Totally not the same experience you have.
Right.
Also, I'm white. No, that has everything to do with it,
Right.
I have more privilege than you.
True.
I'm not as fabulous, but
Yeah.
I have more privilege. So I'll go to gay bars to get away from straight men, obviously. And because I know that like no one's gonna grope me there. There's no one gonna be like, let me dance with you while I stick my dick up your pussy. True story.
Right.
And but then now we have this infiltration of straight guys, and not only are they bothering you, but they're bothering us and that's also, I identified as a lesbian for a while, and I would still have men be like, oh, I can convert you. So they are literally approaching any woman there.
Right.
Whether they think that they're straight or not, they're approaching all women.
Right.
So that's where my issue is, and I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I don't think that you can do any sort of ban or anything because that is discriminatory. It's hard for me to say that because of the definition of like it's definitely
No, you're right.
It's prejudice.
You're right.
It is.
Yeah.
And because this is a free country and people should be able to go, because how would it be if there was a sports bar, because we all know those are straight bars.
Right.
And they were like, sorry, no gay people.
But the issue that I'm having is, it's not like you're just there, you're trespassing. It's like when you get there, you don't really necessarily respect the space or the people. Like,
well, that's just
everyone
being
gets
a
a little,
dick.
yeah, everyone gets a little drunk every now and again. But I go to Ferg's all the time, and I know Ashley
Local
behind the bar.
straight
Yeah, there's a local straight bar down the street in Central, downtown St. Petersburg on Central Avenue. I go there all the time. I know Ashley, I sit there and have a drink, but I never go there and like treat it like it's a zoo. Like, you get questions like, oh, who's the guy, who's the girl, and it's like neither of us, and also it's like, how old are you guys? Because you have some guys dating older men and younger men, but we still have, older men dating younger women. They probably the same questions, but it's like,
no.
Sometimes no.
I wouldn't know. But
But no, it's like
no.
they're treating it like it's a petting zoo. Like, oh, we don't really care. It's, to me, how I feel is like this. It's like this white male privilege. Like, I can go anywhere I want to, but that's not true for all gay men. I can't go like in drag at like, little, at a sports bar. I can't go everywhere they can. But also, it's just about respect. My thing is like respecting the safe space and the people that are in it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm not seeing a lot. And I think that's where the issue comes from. Because not just me. I got this topic from some friends that I've seen on Facebook that have been talking about this. Like, cisgender white men, straight white males, whatnot, causing problems for other people who are different. I grew up as, I didn't know I was gay, but I was afraid of gay men. I mean, straight men, sorry. I was afraid of straight men, like in the locker room, they would harass you. And before all of this shit in downtown St. Pete, like I was saying to you earlier, before all that changed, like...
For those of you that don't know, St. Pete is gay spot.
Yeah, it's gay friendly, it's very accepting. And before all of that, before like downtown St. Pete was that, we had different bars like the Flamingo or George's Alibi, all in these like different places, and it was kind of like a hush hush. Like I remember my mother driving past those places, she's like, oh, that's the gay bar, shh, like it's forbidden. But that was our safe space to be away from the judging eyes of the world. So like, now that I say all that, are they still invading that safe space? That's usually what that space is for. Like if if you are non-binary and you dress a certain way, and that's their safe space. People understand them there. Mm-hmm. Now, saying that, I mean, we need a straight man.
Yeah, a straight
to
person.
debate. We need a straight person. Yeah.
But
saying that,
it does change things a little bit. I totally just lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So,
because the first thing you're saying is discriminatory if we have some type of a ban.
I think so. Remember whenever we talked about cancel culture?
Yeah.
I think, and a lot of those questions, yes, they're heavily disrespectful, but to me, they also seem like they come out of a place of ignorance. So, like, especially that question, like, oh, who's the man, who's the woman?
Right.
That's because all these people know are heteronormativity. They just don't know any better. Right. There are specific gender roles in their relationships, so they don't understand how it would work. So I think that it's a genuine question, and same with a lot of the other questions. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that transgender people get asked and non-binary about
right.
like genitalia and whatnot. I think that it would be best to educate in these scenarios. Be upfront, say that's a disrespectful question. You cannot go around asking people. We have the same exact relationships that you do. I think that guy over there is disgusting. I'd probably never date you. You're not my type. Shit
right.
like that. But because I don't think that... I understand the safe space and the history of it, but we're in a time where we're asking for inclusion and equality.
Right.
You can't have that if you're dividing. If you're telling these people... If these people cannot be allowed or don't feel welcome in your safe space, even though they're welcome everywhere else in the world.
Right.
That's creating the divide, and that's heightening the misinformation because now they have no way to learn and to be educated because they're being pushed out of those spaces where they would be able to learn. Does that make sense?
Right. And as you said that, my stomach growled. I forgot to eat lunch. No, I understand, and it's just a slippery slope with that conversation. Because I'm the same way as you. I feel like we should educate people, and we should always be educating people. That's why we do this show. But at the same time, there has to be this. At the end of the day, I think there should be a respect level for everyone.
Oh, agreed.
You know what I mean? The questions that come out of ignorance. Well, then let's take a walk. There's this show that I used to watch back in the day called "A Walk in Your Shoes." People learn to take a walk in other people's shoes to see how the world sees them and how they see the world. Because like if you're a Muslim person after 9/11, everyone thinks you're a fucking terrorist. But that's not true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think you're right. I agree with you. Because it just takes more education, but at the same time, there's a level of respect that
That's not a straight gay thing.
That's everywhere.
That's a person.
It's a personal thing.
That's an appropriate time to say, not all straights or not all gays or all lives matter. That's an appropriate time to use a phrase like that whenever you're talking about respect. No, it's not. It is. Disrespect is not limited to straight people.
I don't know. Ashley, I just asked her. So how much do you understand about our president Donald Trump being impeached? I just want to hit on this. I think it's very important that our generation stays up on our politics. How much did you?
I know that it's been talked about for the last 3 years. So whenever I hear he's getting impeached again, I just kind of ignore it because no, he's not.
I kind of did the same thing with Bush because they wanted to impeach him. Did you know that? They wanted to impeach him. They actually wrote like maybe I think like 20 articles of impeachment of why they wanted to impeach him. Yeah.
And he was not impeached.
He wasn't impeached. Well, they didn't impeach him because when they brought those articles up, he was getting out of office anyway. So it was like, no. He resolved the issue that they had. I can't remember what it was. There was an issue over
how he started 9/11.
That. Some oil shit. I can't really remember at the moment, but he resolved it and he let it go.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyway, all right. So
maybe Trump can do that.
No, he can't, because what he's trying to do. Okay, so the reason why they're impeaching Trump is he was in contact. Okay, as a president, you can't use your power to make yourself richer. You can't use your political power to affect our democracy as well, that's what he did. He was talking to the president of Ukraine. I think his last name is Zelensky. President Zelensky, about Joe Biden's son. And apparently Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has some dealings in Ukraine, whatnot, and he wanted them to investigate. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's sketch.
And it was some dealings, and it was a prosecutor involved, and the prosecutor they removed the prosecutor, and they said Joe Biden ordered them to remove the prosecutor that was prosecuting his son, and basically it was a cover-up of something of whatnot, whatever. But that's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the point, because we'll figure out what happened with Joe Biden, because now it doesn't really matter. As the president, what he did was the President Zelensky said, hey, so yeah, thank you he was calling him about, Trump was congratulating Zelensky about his presidential win, and Zelensky said yes, and I'm very thankful for the American aid. We were almost about to have enough money to buy some javelins from you guys. And Donald Trump goes, that's great. I think I would like to ask a favor from you guys. Basically a quid pro quo. He's giving a service, but he's asking a favor from it. So basically he's using his presidential power of office to dig up dirt on Joe Biden, getting a foreign, not an adversary, but a foreign power to solicit information in order to subvert next year's election. In order to, that's why they want to impeach him.
Is that illegal?
Yes. It's very illegal, and that's why they have this whistleblower.
What's the law?
You can't use your presidential power to solicit to other countries for information in order to
obstruct got it.
In order to I can't remember the word, but it's basically what they did with Hillary. All of a sudden Hillary's email was a big thing, which honestly it turned out to be fucking nothing. It was nothing. It was WikiLeaks. Julian Assange released all these emails, and it affected everyone's feelings about her. Everyone's like, oh, what about Hillary's emails? I remember getting arguments. They're like, oh, what about Hillary's emails? She's corrupt. There was nothing in those emails that
I was just about to say, no one actually read the emails.
No one read the emails, but it was just, it affected what happened with her, and she said it. And so so the president, and literally, here's how I feel. So the president did the same shit. He did the same shit with Ukraine, but he got caught because there's always someone watching you. And that is definitely a problem, because now I really believe the Russian probe, there's some truth in that. Because he said on TV, he's like, I would listen to, if a foreign power came to me with dirt on a political opponent, I will listen to it. That's illegal. You can't do that as president. And no one would have known about it if we didn't have this whistleblower.
Has the whistleblower been named?
No. I think that's important. I just spilled water all over me. No, he has not been named because there are laws for that. Like the whistleblower about Nixon, Deep Throat, there were laws to protect him because think about it. They want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of him before he gets to testify. Because an impeachment inquiry is going to impeachment. And this is how, I'm going to do really quick how impeachment works. First, the president, the Congress, the body of Congress, the House of Representatives, they are the prosecutors. They're the ones that are hearing your trial, and they're going to decide whether or not if you are going to be impeached. Like President Clinton got impeached by the House of Representatives. Mm-hmm. He did. But the Senate has to convict you on those crimes. And that's what happened with the President Clinton and I think Andrew Jackson when he was impeached back in the early 1800s. Yeah. The Senate acquitted them. They didn't convict, they acquitted. So even this president, because they're starting impeachment shit with him, even if the House of Representatives, which the Democratic Party controls, they will probably impeach him. Doesn't mean that he will be out of office, but it would not look good. I don't know. So with all that information, how do you feel really fast?
I feel like I'm not informed enough, honestly. Most of those words went over my head. But I think it's going to be made into a bipartisan issue because House of Representatives is blue and Congress is red. Senate. See, I'm not informed enough. Senate is red. So it's going to be like, oh man, of course you're going to say that because you're so-and-so and vice versa.
That's basically what happened with Bill
and nothing's
Clinton.
Going to happen.
Well, Bill Clinton, that's what happened with Bill Clinton. And I think if they do impeach him, I hope the House does, but even if they don't, I think it would not help the Republican Party at all because as we learn more about this whistleblower investigation, because it's all coming out, it just sounds really bad.
Yeah. From what you're telling me, I'm like, it sounds like
you can find this
movie.
all out. Thank you. All the King's Men. Was that the movie about Richard Nixon?
I don't know.
I think it is. But no, literally, it's like a movie. He's literally, if you read the transcript, you can find it on CNN, anything on the internet, you can find a transcript. He's like, yeah. The guy's like, yeah, we're going to buy some javelins for a meal. And he's like, that's great. I would like to ask you a favor. Definitely.
That's literally how he said it?
Yeah. You can look it up. I will bring it up after this. I will bring it up. He definitely said that. It wasn't like the first part of the conversation, but it was like literally like in the earliest part of the conversation that he had. And so anyways, it's just bad and I hope something happens. And I have a friend that has this like little Trump little sticker everywhere. I want to have like impeachment 2020, bitch. Like he's done. I just think he's a bad president. Anywho, all right, so that's done. That's today's episode, everyone. Yes. Thank you for watching. We'll be back. Once again, I'm your host and moderator, Sean Nicholas, aka Desire Some More.
Ashley Renee. Sorry, didn't know what you were doing there. Ashley Renee, host of Sex with Ashley Renee on YouTube.
And we will be back next week with some more hot topics.
Hopefully with Nicole.
Hello. Yes, I love her. So anyways, before then, always, guys, remember to have a little bit more common courtesy.
Bye.